Good afternoon. Welcome, everybody. I'm Chris Barnes, and if you can also see Katie Limkus here. Tara had to go to a last-minute appointment, so Katie is going to be joining us instead. We're going to give it a couple minutes for a little bit more people to come in, and then we will begin. All right, looks like we're holding steady right now in attendees. So Katie, can you get us started with Article 21?
Yes, I can. Article 21, Antitrust Compliance Policies and Procedures. Section 1, Jurisdiction. These policies and procedures apply to all meetings of the membership, boards, and committees, other meetings sponsored by IIBEC, and all meetings attended by representatives of IIBEC, and to employees in all of their activities within the scope of their employment. Section 2, Prohibitions and Violations. A, discussion of prices or price levels are prohibited. In addition, no discussion is permitted of any elements of a company's operations which might influence price. B, it is a violation of the antitrust laws to agree not to compete. Therefore, discussions of division of territories or customers or limitations on the nature of business carried on or products sold are not permitted. Boycotts in any form are unlawful. Discussion relating to boycotts is prohibited, including discussions about blacklisting or unfavorable reports about particular companies, including their financial situation. And I'm sorry about the doorbell, Amazon just came.
All right, thanks, Katie. So I am going to unshare my web camera, and then we are going to dive into PayPal and the website. All right, everybody should see my my screen. Does everybody see a dashboard? If somebody could just chat, make sure we're live. All right, thanks, Michael. I appreciate that. So before we dive in, if you have any questions during this, Katie's going to be answering questions or taking questions, so we can either one, answer them at the end, or two, if it's a little more involved, we'll send out an email with answers to that to everybody on the call. All right, so we're going to begin. So everybody should have a login to their chapter website. This is the opening screen within the login. It's your dashboard. So first, we are going to look at PayPal. Now, PayPal, a lot of chapters do use PayPal for taking payments. If you do not use PayPal and you use another application for that, you can let Tara know, and we can, if you have any questions, we can help you guys get connected to your website with the different application. So we're gonna first see if we even have connection to PayPal. We're gonna go into the plugins area, which is right down here. And then we're gonna scroll down to where we see PayPal. Under PayPal donations, we see a network active. If this was not connected to PayPal, you would see activate here. PayPal's already been activated on this website. So now we have PayPal connected, and now you have an event. What are we going to do? So we're going to hover over PayPal events and actually click on events. Within the events, you can see previously tested events here. We're going to click on the top right where it says new event. I'm going to click on the new event. We're going to name the new event. There are optional fields coming down this if you would like to fill these in. The required fields are the ones that obviously are required. The default button is going to be your button for to register for the event. And that's by default, it says donate, and I'll show you how you can change that after we get this ready. So this is the actual event you're creating in PayPal. You already have your email set up. Your email, your registration will be sent using your PayPal address once you've completed your purchase. Inventory, so we're going to scroll down to the bottom. Under ticket types, this is where you're going to enter in your member or non-member pricing. Now we're just going to put some numbers in here right now. For quantity, you must have a quantity. So we're going to go ahead and shoot for the stars, have 500 of member and 500 non-member. And let's say you want to have a sponsor for this event. You can actually go ahead and set up a sponsor payment within this as well. Let's say the sponsorship is going to be $500, and we can have up to, let's say 500. And I got kicked out of the event. We're going back in. You can always edit the event once you're done. So now we have the member, non-member, sponsor. We have pricing set up. We have quantities. Now, if you have limited quantity and say you only want to have 10 members, 10 non-members, and 1 sponsor, once that criteria is sold out of your event, the sold out will show, and you will not have the option to make that purchase. And we'll put a sold out one down here so you can see how that would look. All right, so after we have this set up, we're going to go to the top and click Save Event. Now, once you have your event saved, you probably want to create a post so you can put that on your website and start promoting your event. What we're going to do, there's a short code right here. So what this is going to do, the short code is going to put everything that we've just done wherever we paste this little code right here. So we're going to go ahead and copy the code. Then we're going to go into post. And I've seen a lot of y'all's websites, and you guys do have some posts. So it looks like you guys know how to do that. So we're just going to go ahead and create a new post, add new, and we're going to call this the test event post. Within this post, we are going to add some text. I have some text ready to go, and this, you can put whatever text you want, pictures, information about the event, speakers, anything you like in here. So now we are in here. Here's the post, and we have the short code that we copied from the previous page. So we can right click and paste. Oh, give me 1 second. I'm going to go back to that. And that's a good thing about the events. You can always go back to the event and get the short code right on the page. So we're going to go back in here, add the short code, save draft. Always remember to push save. If you accidentally close this and don't push save, it might be gone. So we're going to go ahead and preview this so we can see what this looks like. So here's the text we added, and here is our information. As you can see, it's sold out. So now that we see that, a member or non-member does not have the capability to add or pay for this event. So we're going to go back into the event, We're going to edit the event. And I apologize, I put the quantity in the wrong field. We're going to move that. And then we're going to put 0 right there. ID, we're going to delete these. We're going to save the event again, and then go back to your post so you can see what the event looks like. We're going to refresh the page. And now you can see you have the opportunity to add up to 500 members, 500 non-members, 500 sponsors. And as you can see, the lunch is sold out. All right, so now we have the post ready. We have the event ready. So how do we see how many people have paid for the event? We're going to go under orders. And this is where all of your information on your payments, on who registered for the event, is going to be held within this orders area. Now, while we're looking at the post, we're going to look at the SEO settings. And SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. And this area is where you're going to put your information regarding the single page. So we're going to put the title of the event. We're going to go ahead and copy this one and put this in here. And you can put whatever title you would like. The description is a description about the page. So for this instance, we would put the information about the event. So I'm just going to copy this for the time being, paste this in the meta description. And then we have meta keywords. So these are keywords that can help search engines find your page. So let's do meeting, and you always do it by a comma. Separate the words by a comma. IIBEC, chapter, event. All right, so now we have our information here. The bottom two URLs, you do not need to worry about these two. Additionally, also the robot setting, we want the robot to crawl and look for this page. So we're going to save it. We're going to refresh. And now on this refresh, you shouldn't see anything change because the SEO we did is actually on the back end of the website where the search engines crawl. All right, so we have the post, we have the event set up in PayPal. Now we have to get the event on our calendar. So for that, we're going to click over to ME Calendar, add event right here. And this is going to look a lot like your post that you did, the page for your post. So I'm going to take the event name again. We can add information in here as well about the event. And if we wanted to add a picture, we could click where we want and then add media. We're going to add the picture right here of downtown Raleigh. And as you can see, the text went to the bottom. If you click on the actual image, you have options here. We have align left, align center, align right, and then no alignment. If we click align left, it actually wraps your text around this picture. If we click align right, it's going to align the text around it, around this way. Now for the time being, we're going to do left, and then we're also going to click edit because there's other options you can have in here as well. We can have a link to the event or to wherever you'd like to go. We can change the size of the event or change the size of the image, and we can link it to custom URL, attachment, or another media file. So we can just close that. All right, now we have the event up here. Now let's set some dates. Down here at the bottom, under event details is where you're going to select your dates, your times, your links, your organizer, and you can also showcase your cost as well. So for the date, let's just say it's Valentine's Day, February 14th from 8 a.m. And let's just say this goes through Monday at 6 p.m. This is the option if you have an event repeating, a monthly basis, a weekly basis. You could do it once and it would show up on your calendar as indicated below here. your hourly schedule. This is where you would put your what's going on, the different activities, the schedule, the plans, the speakers, what time you're speaking, much information like that. If you are having in-person events, you can actually enter in your event here, and it will show you where the actual event is taking place. The event link and more info, these are links you can put on your event page to link to that event elsewhere. So for the time being, we're going to leave these blank. Costs, you can put a cost here if you like, member, non-member, and that's it for this page. Always remember to save. And now we are going to publish the event. And now we're going to see how the event looks. So now you can see you have your event, you have the date, your time, and you have a countdown. On the calendar, we should see the events, February 14th through the 15th. And then once you click View Detail, it takes you right to the event. All right, I know this is a lot of information to take in all at once. Does anybody have any questions, or Katie, do you have anything you'd like to add to this quick lesson?
The only thing I've thought so far as you were talking is that place where you're looking at links. If any of you are still using stuff like Eventbrite, that would be a place where you could link to that external app that's not included.
Right, and what Katie's talking about is here. You could put in your event right here. All right, one other thing I want to show as well before we hop into questions.
We have a request to go over sharing on Facebook and LinkedIn as well.
Okay. So before we hop into that, Katie, I'm going to show how to put a picture on the post. That way we can learn how we can see, there's a correlate a picture with the post when it goes onto social media.
Sounds good.
So we're going back. All right, so we're going back to the post. We're going to edit this post that we've already done. On the right-hand side, we have a featured image area. We're going to set the featured image. For now, we're going to go ahead and put the logo, IIBEC logo. We're going to publish this again. So what this is going to do, when you share this page on your social media, or if somebody else shares it, copies the link, puts it in their social media, says, hey, everybody, come check this out. Let's register for this event. The picture that you place down here at the bottom will show up on your social media in your feed. All right, so now one question is, can you go over how to share on Facebook, LinkedIn, etc.? So we have the option actually on our page here. We can share on Facebook. Now, if your Facebook should pop up. As you can see, this is my Facebook, so I'm going to share this directly. I can post it, add information, and then once it goes live, this will be a link to this test event.
And CB, before you close that, if you look at the top where you see that shared a newsfeed or story, if you're your page administrator on Facebook, you should be able to click that drop down and it will say share on a page you manage. If you go down and click share on a page you manage, second from the bottom, then you will have the option to share it to your chapter's page.
Good call, Katie. And that goes for most social channels. Just make sure you're sharing on your chapter's page versus your personal, or you can share it to both to get more traffic. All right, so we have time for one more little trick, and we are actually going to look at constant contact. And Mike, this kind of goes along with sharing over social media. So we are going to be connecting our website, WordPress, with Constant Contact. Now, so if some people do not use Constant Contact, you might use MailChimp, you might use Bronto, whatever the email platform is, there should be a plugin for that email platform in WordPress. If you would like for us to look into that and investigate a little more to see how that can happen, be sure to just email Tara with your chapter and then your email platform, and we can dive into that with you guys on a one-on-one basis. So again, we're going to look at Constant Contact. So Constant Contact, here's the contact form. Now in green, you can see disconnect. So right now it is connected. We're going to disconnect just so we can see how it looks. So now we need to connect it. So now we're not connected. We're going to connect the plugin. We're going to log in. Now our Constant Contact email platform is connected to our WordPress. So once we're connected to Constant Contact, log in. And there will be a more in-depth course regarding Constant Contact email. But just for the time being, we're going to show you guys how to set up your social on Constant Contact. So if you roll up to the top under social, connect your social accounts, and you can connect 4 social accounts here. And just like WordPress, we're going to click Facebook, and then you're going to have to enter in your Facebook's account, and then your Facebook will be connected. Also within Constant Contact, sorry, it keeps logging me out. If we want to create a quick email blast to highlight your post or your event, we're going to click create. We're going to create an email. And there are other options you can choose from and play around with in here. So the great thing about Constant Contact is there are a lot of templates where you can just add your information into the template. So for this example, we're just going to add, we'll pick this one. All right, so here is where you'll be able to create your email for your event. Going through this, all you'll need to do is update the information. You can put your logo up here. You can add images. If you do not want a portion of the template, all you have to do is click trash and it's gone. And again, it's that easy to delete, but it's that easy to bring back. If we want to bring back that image, we just drag the image where we want it, drop it, and there's your image. Once we add all of our information, we're going to click save, continue, and this is where we put our subject line, we put who we want to give it, who's going to receive the email, and the campaign information. So again, this is a very brief informational part about Constant Contact. We will be going over Constant Contact deeper in the near future. So if there's no other questions, we're going to go ahead and end the session today. Thank you all for coming, and Tara will be reaching out very soon regarding the second course for training. Thank you guys very much. Have a great day.